All right, what's going on, guys? So today we have the video for the AC tuck it. Now I am going to be covering how to install everything. I am not going to be showing you how to wire the vehicle. I do have a video there from the VTech Academy that they show you how to properly wire your car, because it will matter if your car is OBD1, OBD2, or depending on the year your car is. So I do want to be upfront in the very beginning of there. I do have a video attached there on the website from the VTech Academy that he will show you how to wire your car. Now I have made some changes to the kit and I want to go over what exactly those are. Pretty much for the best. Not saying that the older kits, there's anything wrong with it, but I just decided to make things a little bit better for those that are interested in still getting a kit. Maybe in the past you didn't want to get one because you had to relocate the battery, and this is exactly what this kit is going to be about. Now this kit will allow you to keep the battery and the fuse box in the stock location. And yes, I already have tested the battery here. I have one actually right here. So the whole point of the kit and the whole improvement is that, once again, is to keep the fuse box and the battery in the stock location. Now I do want to be upfront about it. It is a tight fitment, okay? And one thing I do want to be, another thing about it is your hoses are all going to be routed out this way. So if you're a person that don't want to drill your holes into your car, which is completely understandable, but it's only 2 holes, I do have the other kit that we're going to be putting on here on the further into the video, that the lines do route this way in the engine bay and come out to your compressor and also out to your condenser. Okay, so with that kit you will have to relocate the battery, so do be mindful of the kit that you want to pick. So I do have options there on the website. It makes it a little bit easier, and with plenty of pictures there to show you exactly what is going to be the best kit for you. So again, if you don't want to drill anything, you can just run, and I will show you again further in the video that the kit comes and the lines get into the bay. But if you're looking for that person that want to clean everything out, and literally if you put the battery there and the fuse box, you will not be able to tell that you have AC. So you can see here our charging port is actually here on the compressor now, and the other ones down there, you can see the one with the red cap, that is going to be both of your charging ports, your low and your high side. Okay, so gonna go over the video and what to expect and what will come with. Okay, so you're gonna get a custom condenser. This is specifically built for me and the size that I get them made. So what makes this kit really unique versus pretty much anything on the market, that we have a built-in dryer. So normally if you still have the stock system, you know that you have a stock air AC dryer here. It's pretty much just like a little soda can in a way, and that is what the purpose of that is. Pretty much like an oil filter, if you really think about it. Just like if your car, your car better have one. So pretty much that is all the purpose of the dryer it is on a vehicle. So a lot of people don't really know that, and then just in case you do know that, so that is pretty much the purpose of the dryer. It's a filter for the system. Okay, so with that being said, that condenser already has one built in it, so we don't need an external one, because that's pretty much a built-in one. So gets rid of a lot of stuff, and it gives you a lot of room for more activities here in the front of the car, and it's just less chances of having a leak on the system because it's just a lot more hoses. So just to go over, and I'm quickly walk you through it, you are gonna have to drill 2 holes right on this side, and I'll show you. You need a step drill bit, and I'll see if I can put a picture there on the website. I don't have one here in hand, even though I just used it, but you're gonna use the one that goes here, and I'm just gonna show you exactly where the hoses go. So the big one comes around, loops around, and comes right here into your compressor. Now about that line, and I quickly want to cover it, and I don't want to get you guys confused too much, because I know I'm talking a lot, but there's just a lot of information to lay out about this video, and I want to be able to inform you as much as possible. Okay, so once again, the big line comes around, comes this way underneath the headlight and out here to your compressor. Now he has a half-size radiator, so he doesn't have the problem of having a full size. So if you do have a full-size radiator, I do have the option of that. Not saying you can't run this one, which you can if you want to. It's just be aware it is a very tight fitment with the full-size radiator. Now, if you do have one, I do have the option of bringing the hose this way. There's a hole right there. It'll bring underneath the headlight, come around this way, and it will go right onto your compressor side. So you can see it there. So that is the two options you have. I have it there on the website. You can choose from full size radiator, half size radiator, and that is going to be the difference. Pretty much, if you have a half size, the hose is going to be just a bit longer because, again, it routes around and it comes here to the front of the car. If you have a full size radiator, I will give you a hose that's a little bit shorter and will come around to this side of the compressor. So keep that in mind. I will post some pictures there so you guys can get a better idea what I'm exactly talking about. So the next one is actually the smaller line. So you can see it there. And it's gonna come right this way as well. And then one little thing that now changes because we have a built-in dryer. Sorry, that's the right gland on it. We have a AC pressure switch. Mind this, I just have the stuff laying here, guys. Obviously, you can see here if you actually mount everything with the clamps that I give you. So you get two big ones and two small ones. So you can see I have the other one already there anyways. So it will land like that. Obviously put some zip ties. You don't want any of this to be rubbing on the tire. It will cut it. So you're gonna be putting your AC pressure switch on here, and that is exactly what's on top of your existing AC dryer. I'm actually gonna go get one, show you how that's gonna look, and show you how it's gonna look actually. So that don't confuse you guys too much. I know I got one in the shed. So here is our pressure switch. Now this, go ahead and take it off your OEM one of your AC dryer, and that is exactly gonna go here. One thing I do want to mention is make sure your O-ring, it is in good condition. You do not want to have it leak from here, guys. It will not be fun. So try to put this here in one hand, just here for purpose. Now, one thing I also want to mention is you are going to have to extend your wires because normally they come from over there. Now, I will have a harness here. I don't want to put an actual ETA because then when you don't get one, you're going to be like, why I didn't get one? Listen, I will probably have to bump the price a little bit because it's going to be a female to a male plug. And it's going to round this way and it's going to plug over there. For as of right now, okay, you're just gonna have to extend it. It's two plugs. It's not that difficult. They're two different colors, so it's really hard to mess it up. So I do want to let you know that I will have that. I don't have an ETA, so if you see it on the website, that means I already have it. If you don't see it on the website, I don't have it, so don't ask me about it because obviously I'll leave this video there on the website. So like I said, if you see it, you know I got it. If you don't see it, don't ask. I don't have an ETA when I will get it, but you know, that's something I will be working on, so you guys don't have to cut it and extend it. You can just plug it over there, bring it over here, and it's literally, you know, that simple. But as of right now, you do gonna have to split it and extend it all the way to your OEM spot. But that's literally it, guys. It's not that big of a deal. Even if I have to charge you a little bit, if you want to do your own, it's just two wires. So that is gonna be your OEM pressure switch. Now that's gonna come around this way, gonna come around, and that is gonna be where your charging port is gonna be. Now I didn't want to put the charging ports here because your battery's here. You got to have the car on to charge. You can't have the battery on trying to charge the system. It's not gonna be that well. So I didn't want to put a charging port there and a charging port there. I just felt like it was gonna be kind of difficult to really charge the car. I just think literally putting it right there, it is just by far super simple. You can see it. Let's take it off. So bam, and then you have the other one in the front. Obviously I will tell you to remove the intercooler. It's easier to move the intercooler and then to be taking out the battery, trying to have the battery, all the connectors to still stay on it so the car can stay on. So I think this is just a lot easier, and even if you're not turbo, it's actually gonna even better. You don't gotta remove anything out of the way. So hopefully the video is helpful here, and I do gotta run the other one that I was saying that it comes around here in the engine bay. That's gonna be the other one that I offer. All right, so the very last hose that I haven't covered is the one here out to the compressor. So it's very simple. It's a 90-degree, and then we have the other 90 right there. So super simple. One thing I do want to mention is all of the fittings have O-rings, okay? So do be mindful, okay? So you can see here, let's see if I can back this out. So you can see here, there's an O-ring, okay? That means there's an O-ring there, there's an O-ring there, There's an O-ring there. I mean, I can keep going. Very important to take your time and not to cut any of the O-ring, because you are going to have a leak. If you do lose any of the O-rings, okay, which happens all the time, you can just buy a universal kit and match it up. It don't have to be exactly the same. It's just gonna have to button up. You can even do it a little bit bigger. I've done it myself. It's not gonna cause an issue, okay? But they sell a universal kit. You can go to O'Reilly. I've done it myself when I run out of fittings all the time. You know, I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's just O-rings, guys. It's not gonna be, you know, something you can't find. So we're gonna go ahead and run the other kit. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. And like I said, the biggest option that you have is pretty much if you have a full size or half size radiator. That's gonna be your choice. So you can see here, if you think the full size is gonna fit with the hose like this, that's more power to it. But I do have the other option that if you would like to do that, you can, but I highly suggest it. One thing I did not mention is about the fans on that condenser. So this side, pretty much you already cover in half. If you have a full size, you don't gotta pretty much put a fan in here. Obviously, it's gonna pull enough air to cool down the condenser. If you have a half size, I highly suggest to throw another fan in here. You know, like a 10-inch fan, something like that. Don't go too crazy, because if you think about it, this is a 12-inch fan, and you're gonna need something small just to keep it cool, because this is the complaints that I get all the time. Hey, when I drive, my AC is very cold, but when I park, it's hot. The problem you're having is you're not cooling down the condenser. So what's happening is it's getting heat soaked while you park, because it's not cooling down. It's like pretty much, if you think about it, what happens if you don't put a fan on your radiator? When you drive, obviously the air is hitting it, it's cooling it down. As you park, what will happen? Your car will start overheating. So the same concept is happening with the condenser. You want to keep it cool. The cooler you keep it, the better it's going to be, and the colder your AC is going to be. Another thing, I know I keep mentioning, there's just a lot of stuff that I guess asked on a daily basis, is how much Freon should I put on? Now, normally I've done between 18 to 22 to 24 ounces, somewhere around that part. It's going to vary from vehicle to vehicle. I highly suggest it to get it charged properly. You are going to have to add oil in the system. That's another thing. So a lot of things can be into play, into coming in to getting the system working properly. As long as you don't have any leaks, it's not the AC hoses or the fittings, it's just getting it properly charged. So keep that in mind. It's very important to have it, you know, charged to enough. You don't want to have it too much, not too low, and you don't want to have too much oil. So it can vary, and this is what I'm trying to say. So a lot of the times I do between 18 to 22. Some of them I've done 24, but then again, I have to see how much oil the system is taking. Obviously, this car, he's not putting the AC on right now because he's going turbo. There's a lot of more stuff going on. Otherwise, I will be showing you how to do all that. But to wire it up, like I said in the very beginning, VTech Academy has a full video on it, how to wire the compressor and have everything kicked on. You don't need a relay, you don't need any other stuff. He shows you how to do everything. Okay, so here's the other one. Mind this, I have not crimped any of the fittings on this one right now, but this is the other kit that I do offer. So just a quick look over it. One thing I do want to mention, guys, all my stuff is high quality made. It's made here in the USA, so do keep that in mind. You can even see it for yourself with the stamp there, made in the USA. So quick overlook on this one, and again, you will have the charging ports right there. So bring it around this way, and then here is going to be where your pressure switch is going to be at now. So do be a little bit mindful. It is a little bit tight, but you should be able to fit it here with no issues. So see if I can get a better look here for you guys. All right, so hopefully that's a little bit better. Sorry there. Just want to get you guys a quick look on it. So hopefully this is ready to go for you guys, and you guys can understand it. Final quick look so you guys can take a look at it. All right, and then the front area will still stay the same, and this hose right here obviously also will stay the same. Pretty much the ones that change is the low and high side from the compressor to the dryer. To the condenser. Right, so one thing I did forgot to mention here in the end is gonna be the brackets for the condenser. Okay, the brackets are going to be the same thing for all the cars. Just do be mindful. They're going to be going here in the front, just like that. And you can tell here I was completely off. And plus I had a bad rib nut tool, so that didn't help. So do make sure you line it up like that. The bottom, I mean the top, and you can see here's going to be going. And then you have the bottom. And again, I did a terrible job here doing this. So I will have to redo them. So you have, let me see. Sorry about that. So you're going to have the brackets here. And that's going to be pretty much, I have a better picture there for you guys because I already took everything off because I'm going to be reinstalling everything. But just to give you a quick look over it, again, you will get the brackets with it. So do be mindful of that. So just make sure you line up everything correctly, like I did really bad on here. So, like I said, you will get the brackets. They're stainless, so they're not going to rust or anything like that. But like I'm saying, do make sure you do put the brackets. If you don't have this stock piece, any of this, you are going to have to make your own brackets. It will come with this, but obviously you're going to have to figure something out to mount your condenser. So do be mindful of that you do need these pieces in order to line it up all properly.